So I'm here at Aston Martin of Greenwich, also known as Miller Motorcars in Greenwich, Connecticut, with the brand new Aston Martin Valhalla. This car is set to come out in 2021, so let's take a look at how sick this mid-engined hypercar from Aston Martin is. So for starters, you've got a NACA duct on the front hood for the HVAC system, and just check out the aerodynamics at work on this car. And these headlights are so beautiful because they exposed the engineering of the headlights, because it would have added more weight to hide the components that we see here. So they just left it exposed to save weight, and it also looks beautiful. If you take a look at the wheels here, they are center lock wheels. And this car was formerly known as the AMRB 003, standing for Aston Martin Red Bull 003. They teamed up with Red Bull to design this car. So taking a look at the interior here, these seats are made of ballistic nylon. So you've got leather there, and then you've got these ballistic nylon pads directly on the seat. And a fun fact is that the heel point is higher than the hip point in this car, which is pretty crazy. So this seating position is very similar to that of LMP1. If we take a look at this rectangular steering wheel, on the steering wheel you have some buttons to answer a phone call or put it into track mode. You also have buttons for suspension and to raise the height of the car. Down here is your engine start stop button, and you have a stalk on the side of the steering wheel for your turn signals and your headlights. Over there you've got your parking brake and your hazard lights, and down here you've got climate control and the window switches. And you can use your phone essentially as the infotainment system. You can put it in there. And no rear visibility, so you actually have cameras to see out the back of the car, and you also have cameras on the doors serving as the door mirrors, and those displays show up here. Also something to note, right here is where the lighting and stereo is. Here's the door handle for the car. Coming around the back of the Valhalla, we have this insane rear diffuser. Tons of air just gonna flow through here. You've also got a top-mounted exhaust, which is cool. So the air comes in from the front, flows through here, and flows all the way to the back of the car. So Aston Martin made the aerodynamics very beautiful on this Valhalla. So this car is going to cost £1 million, which is right around $1 million US, which is right around the price of the McLaren P1, Ferrari LaFerrari, and Porsche 918 Spyder. So this is what is competing with those cars. And it's so crazy to see the door on this car. There's the camera for the door mirrors. There's one on each side. So instead of actually having mirrors on the door, you have these cameras right where the air flows through. So the air flows through the door and towards the back of the car. So the Valhalla has a turbocharged V6 and battery electric hybrid system, and although we don't know the exact power output, it's rumored to be roughly 1,000 horsepower. And just like the Valkyrie, the Valhalla stems from Aston Martin's partnership with Red Bull Advanced Technologies and Formula One car engineer Adrian Newey. So this car has a flex foil rear wing that's able to alter the amount of downforce that the aerodynamic element creates without changing its angle of attack. This car features an entirely carbon fiber construction that allegedly weighs just 2,976 pounds, and the flex foil rear wing allegedly doesn't create drag, turbulence, or wind noise. This car is also known as the Son of Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie has a 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, while this has a turbocharged V6 hybrid. And if you've ever seen the Valkyrie, you know that The tub is like this high. It's super high. And you have to climb over it to get into the car. And you actually have to step on the seats to get into the car and sit down. But the Valhalla is a bit more practical. Another fact about this car is that the entire set of lamps on the Valhalla, the headlights and the taillights, weigh the same as one lamp on the DB11. So this thing has been engineered for major weight savings. It only weighs just about 2,900 pounds. So this thing will be a beast on the roads and on the track. And here's the new DeTomaso P72, which I also saw at Dream Ride. I love this color. Here's the new Aston Martin DBS Superleggera Volante, a convertible version of the DBS Superleggera. This interior is so sick. You've got dry carbon fiber on the steering wheel there. And I love this orange color. This is Cosmos Orange. There's the new M850i pulling in. So the total is $419 for this. $419,000. Let me know in the comments if you think this car is worth that much. It has 715 horsepower and it is beautiful. I don't know, I just can't justify that price tag. This Vantage over here is in Goodwood Green. Very unique color with yellow accents. This is definitely one unique Vantage. I really like the color of this Vantage too. And check this out, the interior is blue as well. That's super interesting. Let's go see what color this is. This is an Ocellus teal with all true teal leather interior. $195. This is definitely a cool Vantage spec. This Bentley Bentayga is also in a super cool color. So now let's go check out the Paganis, which is right inside this building. We've got a G-Wagon, Cullinan, Dawn, Wraith Dawn, and I especially like the spec on this Wraith. Here is the Zonda 001, the Zonda C12, which is the first Zonda ever. This thing is super cool. If we check out the interior, here's the Zonda HP Barchetta, which I did see at Dream Ride, but I didn't get to see the interior since this car was roped off. One of three. This thing is super limited, and I love the blue carbon fiber body. Even the table is carbon fiber. How cool is that? How beautiful is this? This Pagani Huayra BC Macchina Volante with the gold wheels, blue brake calipers. This car is absolutely stunning. It's got plaid on the interior. It's kind of hard to see because the windows are super tinted. But there is carbon fiber everywhere on this car. The entire car is constructed of carbon fiber, blue tinted carbon fiber, which looks great. Huayra MV BC. The back of this thing is just insane. And this is the biggest wing on any Huayra BC, and it looks incredible in person. Here's the Huayra that I saw at the Long Island Auto Classic in Glen Cove back in June. Red carbon fiber body with red and black leather interior. This is just a regular Huayra, so there is no rear wing like on the BC. I see a lot of people asking about what this is on the seats of Paganis, and this is to manually adjust the seats. You have to manually adjust them. It's not a fan, it's to adjust the seats. Here's a super cool Pagani Huayra Roadster model car. This spec is sick. White with the blue and the yellow. Here's the inside of a 2007 Rolls-Royce Phantom. This is the epitome of luxury right here. They also have a Dawn. And a 2019 Cullinan over here. And I love the interior of the Cullinan, so let's check it out. We've got the suicide doors. How sick is this blue Lamborghini Huracan Performante Coupe with the black center lock wheels, red center locks, red brake calipers. This spec is so sick, so perfect. I love the forged carbon fiber on the back, the mid-mounted exhaust, and the 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 engine, 640 horsepower. And I absolutely love this spec. Over here we've got an Audi R8 V10 Plus, which is very similar to the Huracan, the regular Huracan that is, Huracan LP610-4, but that has more horsepower since it's a Performante. I just can't get over how perfect this Performante is. You've also got a bunch of Bentegas here. We've got Bugattis over here, a Veyron and a Chiron. Let's go check those out. I just saw the Chiron at Dream Ride. If you haven't seen my Dream Ride car show vlog yet, be sure to check it out. This car is in that video, and I actually show you the interior, which I can't show you now because there is a rope. But this is the Bugatti Showroom at Miller Motorcars. A Porsche 918 Spider just randomly pulled up, and this thing is extremely dirty. Looks like it hasn't been washed in ages. Just look how dirty this thing is. It's filthy. So now I'm here at the McLaren section of Miller Motorcars. So let's take a look at their inventory. You've got an MP4 12C over here in black. Here's a 2015 650S. Huracan Spider and Rosso Mars. Porsche 911 Turbo, 911 Turbo S. I love the colors of these cars, and they just had a Belize Blue 720S Spider parked there, but I believe people are taking it on test drives, so it's all around the streets here. 600 LT, another 600 LT, and another 600 LT. Over here we've got a 720S Coupe, and another 720S Coupe with exposed carbon fiber over here, front splitter and the headlights, the mirrors, and I like the yellow brake calipers. This is a nice spec. This car looks like a spaceship, and that's what I love so much about it. So let's take a look inside and check out all of the cars they have parked inside. They have a lot more 720s inside, and on the side of the building they have some McLarens and Ferraris. Here's a Volcano Yellow 720S Spider. This interior matches nicely with the exterior, and I really like this color. I don't normally like yellow, but volcano yellow is an exception for me. 600 LT. This one's a coupe with the Senna seats. That's a $6,060 option on this car. And here's another 720S Spider for $407, and this is Papaya Spark. Which do you prefer, Volcano Yellow or Papaya Spark? Personally, I'd go with Papaya Spark. This thing is cool. P1 model car. I can only guess how much this thing costs, but I know it's definitely not cheap. This 720S is actually an amethyst, and it is considered black, but as you can see, it's got the purple hues. So this color is extremely unique. It looks black, it looks purple, it all depends on the lighting. But one color that always looks the same is this one, Belize Blue. This is a great color. Here they've got all the different color options on display. These two are my favorite. This is Malvine Blue and this is Lantana Purple. And I believe that's Chicane Effect, which is gray. Fistral Blue. They've got so many blues, so many oranges. Between this one and this one of them is Azores and one of them is Volcano Orange. I would imagine that's Volcano Orange and this is Azores, but I'm not really sure. I do know that this is Mirai White and it's got a blue tint. It almost looks like a super light baby blue, but that is white.